I knew the anime, like, how, like, they were gonna react to this stuff, like, seeing this is like the entire episode being the most extreme version of food wars, like, kitchen shit that you've ever thought. Who would ever think that this week's so-called enemy of this week with a stand uses food as its fucking ability? I love that, like the start of this episode is like Okuyasu and Josuke is like, hey man, we gotta like pay, you know, we're gonna go to my brother's grave, we're gonna pay our respects, and then, you know, let's go and grab something to eat, you know, we gotta go, and, you know, I kinda appreciate that. It's like, especially as well, them not showing the opening because they wanted to put in like a couple of like extra parts in it, and I was like, that's great, and this is entirely what this episode should have been, because it should have just been one straight episode just done, because I remember this shit being fucking hilarious in the manga. Both Okuyasu and Josuke notice a new Italian place come up, and they see them like a waiter slash chef come up known as Tonio, saying like, hey man, it's like, yo, what's going on, all that, it's my place and all that, I make you feel nice, I make you feel relaxed, everything's all good, huh? Although it's like, I love Crunchyroll just keep hiding, like, I love when it goes like Trattori, like the place is called that, and then just says right under it like just trendy. It's like, no, the fucking thing is called Trattori, for fuck's sake, like, come on. And one of the most interesting things is like, oh, it's good, it's a good price for, like, you know, an Italian place. And then you even add to the fact, oh shit, you add into that, it's like, there's no menu. Like, you're like what? Like, okay, it's like, yo, I want to order some food though. Like, give me, it's like, trust me, I look at you and I look at your hands and then I make a joke, and then it's like, it's really weird because it's like, they're looking at like him and he's like, oh, you had diarrhea last night, Okuyasu. You also had a really bad back. You also had this. He's like, wait, how the fuck do you know all this shit? And he's like, I'll be right back now. In the meantime, enjoy this water, this nice mineral water. Goes and leads him to the kitchen, real sneaky like. Okuyasu has some water, and he's like, yo, this is some fucking great shit, man. And like, even with like Josuke, he's like, yeah, it's pretty good. I actually like this water. It's like actually a lot good. Like, and then he starts, this is such beautiful water. I'm starting to cry. Like that. And it's like, Okuyasu, you're crying a bit too much. It's fucking water. He's like, no, I can't stop crying though, Josuke. Literally. Fucking eyes start draining out. It's like, oh, this water is so good and all that. It drains all the crap and all that. Like, you only had 4 hours of sleep last night and your eyes are hurting like that. Although it didn't affect you, Josuke, because you was a good little boy. You had all your stuff. Adding up to the clown shoes shit that was the entirety rest of this episode. It's like, I'm eating tomatoes and all that, like, and with a bit of mozzarella, adding into all of this stuff. Then after eating like the fucking cheese and shit, he's just like, oh, I keep scratching my fucking back. Oh, I'm getting like all the dead skin. This like cheese, like and tomato, like all it's doing is like making me get off the dead skin. It's like, you know, it's ejecting all the bad cells out of your system. So much that he's scratching so hard, he ripped a chunk out of his back, and he was like, yeah, you probably want to take your jacket off. And like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, I feel really good. I feel sick. Like, you know, all the bad cells are coming out. It's like dead skin. This is great. Takes it out. It's like, what the fuck is going on with this place? And then even like, here's some, you know, some spicy food. It's like, Okuyasu, I don't like spicy. That shit's too much. It's like seeing all of this, and it's like, okay, what is this clown shoes bullshit going on around here? Like with all this stuff. And then I love the fact that Okuyasu is like eating throughout all of this. He's like, oh, Josuke's like, oh man, I want some food. I want some. Okuyasu's like, nah, fuck you, man. This is my plate. Go and get your own. Fuck out of here. Like, this is why Okuyasu, like, I feel like this episode is the perfect reason to explain to people why I love Okuyasu so much and why he is the best JoJo companion out of all of them. I love Speedwagon. Speedwagon's hilarious, like, coming from it, but he didn't do, like, you know, a lot in, like, you know, 2, and then even if you, like, don't count the, oh, he's the partner in 2 that is, like, you know, is Smokey, like, Smokey isn't really, like, you know, wasn't really there that often, like, throughout the show, and then you add into, like, part 1, you know, Speedwagon was here and there, and, like, you, like, with, like, especially with Stardust Crusaders, you know, like, Aussie has a whole big group and all that, it's like, you know, like, Abdul, Polnareff, you know, like, all of them, they're awesome and all that, but it's just Josuke is like when his relationship with Okuyasu and like just their weird like petty street thug shit like a lot of the time is fucking hilarious. I mean, like the guy, like he has spaghetti and he's like, oh, this is some good shit, I like this, ends up popping teeth out and like one goes to the fucking ceiling. He's like, what the fuck is this? And just, I love how the art style is like, you can definitely just like, they really made sure to make sure that like the art style with like Okuyasu is like, oh, you can actually still tell the difference, like what he looks like, and then like having the spicy food into his like, I don't know, spicy, and then his guts are coming out, he's like, oh, my bad stomach, my diarrhea, and Josuke's like, that's a fucking up, I'm going into that kitchen, and that motherfucker's a stand user, that fucking like, there's no way this bullshit's happening. He goes in there, sees the fucker in the kitchen, he's there feeding the dog's guts starts flaring out, then Okuyasu's, and he's like coming at him like fucking crazy, he's like, and he's like, oh shit, you wanna fucking go? And the thing he does is like, you fucking filthied up my kitchen, and just gives him a giant chunk of soap. He's like, you washing your hands, bitch, you washing your hands. Josuke, wait, what? This isn't a stand battle? Like coming into it, it's like, no, I'm a fucking chef. Like this guy around, it's like, you see that his stand throughout the entirety of like all of this is like, it isn't a fighting stand at all, it just makes you feel better. Like that's all it fucking does, and it's the funniest fucking thing about Tonio is like, this guy ain't no fighter. Like that, it's none of the above at all for him. He just likes making the motherfuckers food. Also as well, I know a lot of people saying like, oh, you know, Pearl Jam, you know, what the fuck's up with that translate? His actual, like, the actual stand's name is Pearl Jam, and I love it. Just, you know, crazy everything, and like with all like you know, Crazy Diamond and all them like coming. I love it. Like I absolutely, at this point, it's like I feel like it's a quiz now to like people, you know, like people like that haven't obviously seen like the manga part 4 or thinking, okay, what's the name of this as they say their stand's name. Obviously, there's differences. I don't think like throughout the entire this we don't actually hear Pearl Jam's name, but it's like you got that, and it's just like, what the fuck are they gonna do for like, you know, Killer Queen or some of these like other crazy, like, I mean, Red Hot Chili Pepper is just like Chili Pepper now, so it's like that isn't as bad, but it's like, yeah, I love it. I absolutely adore it because it's the funniest shit. Like adding it to, like, this episode was just up to like just start to finish like that. It's like just shows you some people in this series, in this like universe, and what's the best thing about, not everyone with a stand power is out there just to be a dick or works for the bad guy or just uses it to mischief. This guy is generally helping people by making them feel better with some good quality like Italian food that tastes nice. I mean, yeah, he's ripped, like, people are ripping, like, giant chunks out of their bodies and, like, coming into it, it's like, oh, my guts just came out, and trust me, if that tells you anything, that's like, yo, you need to be, like, if, say, like going from, obviously, because, like, you're shocking, I'm fat, like that, imagine, like, to get myself skinny and all that, they would have to fucking crush my face. That was what happened if I ate some lasagna from that motherfucker, and it's just like, it just crushes, like that, I tell you what, after being skinny like that, I can tell you one thing and all that, if that is one of them, like, I'm pretty sure that's going to be excruciating as all fucking hell. I think that would definitely show and all that. Like, yeah, after that, you would start dieting. You wouldn't fucking put on the crazy weight that you do. Trust me, I think at that point, I would definitely do it. Trust me, because I know, like, at that point, I'm going to live. And then also as well as healed and the pain is gone, and I'm going to be like, oh my god, I'm in so much fucking pain right now, and this is in the world where, you know, you got like Crazy Diamond in there, it's like, oh please god, heal me. It's hilarious from start to finish. And then the beautiful setup of like seeing at the end with Jotaro with the fucking like Speedwagon Foundation's like, he's arriving. He's come here personally himself. Joseph Joestar, like, I'm really curious to see how people are gonna react to that. Like, because I had a very interesting reaction to like with Joseph Joestar like appearing in the show again. I had like a very weird, like, I'm gonna, like, explain a lot more of it once we get to that episode, because obviously, you know, people don't know how like, you know, what the fuck's going on, like, why am I saying this, but it's like, all I'm gonna say is that I think a lot of people are gonna have some mixed reactions to that, you know, like, with, like, Joseph, but it's like, all I'm gonna say is, Joseph's old, okay, like, you thought he was old in part 3, he's really old now. Pretty sure they're gonna use his Stardust Crusaders, like voice actor, like the what they had, like that's probably what it's gonna be there, but it's gonna be like coming into that. Although I missed, like I really wish that the Gintoki voice actor like that would really just like would have kept it. He just would have made like a gruffer voice or something like that, and then just go like, cause that's just me. I love like fucking Gintoki's voice actor. I think he fucking made Joseph that character. That was like the perfect casting for that, but. I pissed myself. I was start to finish, like I was laughing. I was like, this is so fucking like ridiculous clown shoes. And it's like people from Stardust is like, oh, we're expecting a fight in the kitchen using knives and shit like that. It's like, no, the guy just fucking serves you food. I love it. Like, I'm ending it today's week's episode review on there. This is why I love, like, everything about it, like, Diamond is Unbreakable, because it is just the most clown shoe shit ever, and it's the greatest for that. Thank you very much for watching as always. If you love JoJo as much as I do, then you know where to hit that like, you know where to hit that subscribe. That's all from me, so I'll see you guys next time.